rewarding part of our business and the opportunity that each of you have, and that's recruiting. I'm totally passionate about recruiting. I could talk to you for hours about recruiting, but I know that I am. So I'm going to work on abiding by my self-imposed time limit. So you are here today because you're investing in your business. Maybe you do 31 because you wanted to earn extra money. Maybe you wanted some time away from the daily grind. Maybe you want something that you can proudly call your own. Or maybe you want all the bags and jewelry that you've ever dreamed of. Or maybe you are passionate about the vision of 30, passionate about Cindy's vision about 31, and you're excited to celebrate, encourage, and reward other women through 31. Whatever the reason is that you are here, why would you not share something that you're passionate about, something that touched your life, something that changed your life? Why would you not share that with someone else? Someone shared it with you, and the joy is in passing that along and sharing. So today, I'm going to talk to you about the who, the how, and the where of recruiting, and how to deal with objections. So I'm going to give you lots of lists, so I'm hoping that you're writing them down. We're going to start, first of all, with the who. Identifying the who begins by either updating or creating, if you never have, your list of 62. Your list of 62 is a non-negotiable. Everyone in 31 must have a list of 62, whether you are a brand new consultant, a seasoned consultant, or a leader. You must have a list of 62. It is comprised of the names of people that you want to share 31 with. We use what's called the Frank system to help you jog your memory so that you can identify the people that need to be on your list of 62. So I'm going to go really quickly and tell you what Frank stands for. So when you sit down to work on your list of 62, think about friends, relatives, associates, and that includes people like people from church, your book club, people at work, neighbors, your kids' connections, and your spouse's connections. Remember that your list of 62 is an ever-changing document. You are highlighting, you are crossing off, you are adding names. Because when you've shared and someone has joined your team, they're no longer on your list of 62. So once you've created your list, you need to identify potential recruits, and I want you to ask yourself these questions. Number one, who are my best customers? Your best customers already love 31. They love showing the product, they love telling their friends about it, so why wouldn't you help her support her habit so that she can be rewarded even further with 31? So your best customers. Number two, who are your best hostesses? You should always, always, always offer the opportunity to your hostess before, during hostess coaching, and after the party. If you miss that boat on parties that you've had already, don't worry. We're going to talk about how you can go back and you can have that conversation with, a recruiting conversation with those past hostesses. Number three, who needs a break in their life from daily responsibilities, from their job, from maybe they have aging parents, maybe they're just bored. Who needs a break? Who may need extra money? Maybe you heard someone say, or you saw something posted on Facebook, someone said, hey, I need to get a second job, or if only I could make more money. 31 is a much better alternative than a minimum wage paying job where someone else would dictate her calendar and her schedule. So 31 is an amazing option for someone who wants to bring in extra cash. Who needs more fun in her life? Who needs something just for her? She takes care of everyone around her. volunteers her time, who needs something for her. And on that list, who would you want to be on your 31 Dream Team? You know your friends, you know your family, you know the ones who would make amazing consultants. You know that you will have fun with them, sharing this together. Who on that list is on your Dream Team? At conference this past July, I had the privilege of being trained on recruiting by Trisha Edmondson. So she's one of our NEDs, and she promoted all the way to the top in 3 years. So that's a record. No one's ever done that. And she shared one more thing about your list of 62 and identifying who's on there. So she said, I have an example here. She said that you take your list of 62 and you make a separate list of your potential recruits, and you post that. You post it so you can see it every day. You post it on your cork board, you post it at your desk, you post it on your computer, you post it somewhere so you can see it every day. If you're building a team or you're already a leader, you need a second list as well. You need to identify the people that are already on your team that want to go into leadership. So you now have 1 to 2 lists that you look at every day, and the purpose of looking at that every day is those are the ones that you need to focus on. So you're focusing on your dream team, and you're focusing on those consultants on your team who want to be leaders. And so I did find this fancy little thing at Ross, and on it, just so you can kind of see, it's going by my desk, and it has my goals. It will have my goals. I just didn't put them on here. And it has my goals, and then my dream team recruits, because I certainly do have some, and then my future leaders, and I have them too. And so this is my list that I am to keep me focused on where I want to go and who I want to share this with. Now that you know who you're going to share the opportunity with, let's talk about the how and let's talk about the where. How you reach out to your list of 62 and how to share it at the party and everywhere else. When you're reaching out to share 31 with someone, I want you to keep a couple things in mind. And it's kind of piggybacking on some things that Joanne said. Number 1, keep it simple. Do not tell her every detail about 31. I always say don't throw up on her shoe. Because a confused mind says no. She can't possibly understand everything that you know after being a consultant for 2 years or 1 year, or wherever you're at in your journey. Keep it simple. Second thing, speak from your heart. Be genuine when you share how 31 has impacted your life, and how much fun you have with 31 and with the 31 sisters that you gained in your life. Next one, tell her you feel guilty for keeping this all to yourself, because you know that she too can benefit in the same way that you have benefited. Here's one. Ask her to give it a try. You can start by saying something like this. You love 31 so much, you should give it a try for a month or 2. First of all, she's going to look at you like you're crazy. And she'll likely respond in a confused manner, but continue. You say to her, enroll as a consultant and get your $99 kit. And let's plan your launch party to share with all your friends. As the hostess and the consultant at your party, you're going to get the hostess benefits and you're going to earn 25% commission. If after a month of being spoiled by 31, if you don't love it, no one comes back and gets your kit, but I guarantee that you're going to love being spoiled and sharing this with me. So, what I've done in the statement is given her a compelling reason to join with absolutely no risk. A compelling reason and no risk. When I make this offer, I'm betting that that my new consultant is going to be successful from the get-go. She is going to get free product at her launch party. She's going to earn money at her launch party. She's going to earn her Start Swell kit, level 1 at her launch party. Her friends are going to be excited about 31. They're going to book parties, and off she goes, flying with her successful business. She's got cash and free product, and she is happy because she knows that the next 30 days, she gets more free product and more free product and more free product, and then hooked, and she's creating her business. Let's talk about when you're at the party and how we recruit at the party. And we kind of talked about it a little bit with Trina, so again, thank you for bringing that up. You need to make your parties look simple and fun. So don't worry about being an expert on everything. You don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to look up something in the catalog. It's okay to say, hey, we've got this Facebook page, let me post that, and I'm sure I'll get an answer in just a couple minutes. Because ladies, that if your presentation is pristine and you are perfect and you put on this amazing show, they'll say, wow, she's amazing, and that was a beautiful display, and there's no way I could ever do that. That is absolutely opposite of what you want to have in that party. During your party, you need to plant seeds throughout your presentation. So I want to talk about seeds. That is simply saying something and moving on. When you plant a seed, you give your customers something to think about, and then you move on. So here's an example of a seed. I can't wait to show you everything I got in my $99 kit. And then I proceed to show that. Because now she's thinking, all that on the table she got for $99? I didn't expand on it. I continued. I want her to think about it. Here's another one. I have so much to show you, and 99% of it I got it for free. So let's start with a solution for your home. So again, she got all that for free. I wonder how she did that. So planting a seed and then moving on. I'm going to go back to those seeds later in my party, but I want her to start thinking. During the party, I use a wish list. So when I pass out, I usually say, hey, I've got so much to show you. Most of it I got it for, 99% of it I got it for free, and I'm super excited to show you. And then, you know, that it gets a little overwhelming, and so I'm providing them with a wish list. And so this is really what I give them, and it has the order form on the back. Then there's a wish list on the front with my business card. And I do this for two reasons. Number one, I do this because our product, it gets overwhelming. And if you've never been to a party, you don't know what 31 is, wow, that's a lot of stuff. And what do we know about a confused mind? Confused mind says no. So if she's got something that she can jot down, the things that are catching her eye. This works for me because I can monitor who's in my room, what they're looking at, how many things are on that list, and this is going to help me guide conversation with them at checkout. So when I've got someone with a huge page of things, bingo. When I have someone with 5 things, bingo. I've got the opportunity for you. This is a fun one. There are 5 types of ladies in your party. There are 5 types. So your job as a consultant is to find them. So first, the first lady in your party is your hostess. You've already been working with her, you've been planting seeds, you've been offering the opportunity, and that started with hostess coaching. But now she's watching you. So she's watching that you're making it easy, you're making it fun, and you're reproducible. So your first guest at that party is your hostess. The next person that you're going to find in this crowd is Miss Personality. You need to engage her. Let her walk the runway modeling your bags. Get her involved so she can see how fun this is. The third person to find, the junkie. She owns every piece of 31. She knows everything about it, and she is happy to tell everyone. So call on her to share. Share her knowledge. Ask her to tell how she uses something or what she would use a new product for. The fourth person is the busybody. Find her. A Busy ladies are successful ladies. They have large circles of friends, multiple circles in their world, whether it's soccer and it's work and it's church. Find the busy ladies because they are successful. They're a perfect match. And the last person that you need to find is you. You are in that crowd. At some point, you were that girl sitting at a party, listening to a presentation, but you transferred from the customer to where you are today. Find you in the room. At the end of my presentation, and this comes back to wrapping up your party, I always introduce my catalog backwards. And does anyone do the backward catalog? Okay, perfect. So, I always pass out, by the way, I do not pass out the catalogs while I'm talking because I'm a teacher, and that just irks me. So I can't handle it, because if I'm talking, you have to be listening to me. So I keep my catalogs to the side, and then when I'm ready, then I pass it out, and I pass it out backwards, and I always say, we have an amazing catalog, it's beautiful, and there's so many things in it, but it can be overwhelming. So I'm passing it out to you backwards, and there's a reason for it. I'm going to give you a strategy so that we can go through it. So then they're like, oh, okay, she knows what she's talking about. And sometimes they can't handle it, but often they'll keep it turned over. And so then I introduce, and I start, obviously, with the opportunity, and I say to them, the best opportunity of the night is on the back of the catalog. If you have more than 5 items on your wish list, this is the opportunity for you. It's our enrollment kit with over $400 in product, all for $99, and you get me to help you get started. Then I go into my second best opportunity, which is to book a party. And then I go into my third best opportunity, which is to be my customer. I want you to notice that in that, when I shared that opportunity, I said you get the kit, it's $99. What else did I say? You get me. You get me. And I do that for 2 reasons. I do that, number one, because I want you to know that you're not by yourself and you have me for support. And I also want them to understand that, oh, that's not a bundle. Yay, I get to spend $100 and look, I get a bundle. No, that's not a bundle. That is an opportunity with me helping you and you move forward in your business. So just to keep that in mind, because I mean, you might have people go, hey, $99, that's a really good deal. Yes, and we can't eliminate people who just want to be kidnappers. I mean, that's not really what we're doing. However, for me, planting that seed, that there are some expectations, but I'm going to help you, kind of leads them more in the direction that I need them to go with their thought process. So as party guests are shopping and talking, listen to what they're saying. If you remember in our training last week, it was listen 80% of the time and talk 20% of the time. Listen for those clues that are going to tell you what she needs. Because remember, we are in the relationship business, and you are there to meet her needs. So, at the end of the party, you did an easy setup. You made the presentation fun. You planted your seeds, and you have the hostess on your radar. You've identified your 4 other types of people at the party, and now what? Full service checkout is just that. It is full service. So make sure that you understand her order. Help her take advantage of the special. Help her to add on any items that would accentuate the pieces that she has, and offer her the opportunity. Remember again, we're in the relationship business. So it's not just about totals when you're checking out. There should be conversation. There should be interaction. You could say things like this. You are so fun. People love hanging out with you. You would be really good at what I do. And you could get out of the house and hang out with other women a couple times a month. You could say, you had such great ideas tonight and everyone liked your suggestions. You would be really good at what I do, and you could earn some money for that trip that you're talking about because I listened. At checkout, I take it a little bit further. I suggest that as you make the offer, you also have something that she can take with you. And this is what I have. So in here, here is a little gift. And in it is the recruiting brochure. It's a handwritten note from me. And it is actually a nail file. I always put a nail file. You could put lifesavers, you could put a candy bar, you could put a key fob, you could put anything creative in here. And the reason I really like to put something in here is so that it reminds her of me. So we had a conversation, I gave you something, and look, here's a nail file. And every time she takes out this little frog nail file, she's like, oh, yeah, that little one girl gave that to me. So I want to be memorable and relevant. So when you're offering this is something that you can say to her. I'd love to share the 31 opportunity with you, and I have a small peek to give you, or I have a small gift just to give you a peek into 31. Or I'd love for you to have this gift. Take it, read it over, and I'll give you a call in 2 days, and I'd love to talk to you about it. We can go out to coffee, we can chat with the phone. I'd love to hear what you think. And then you must follow up within 48 hours. Otherwise, that lead is gone. Because remember, within 48 hours, she's still excited. She's been shopping, she has a catalog, there's other things that are on her wish list, she kind of wants to get those. So you need to pounce on that while they're hot.
Annie?
Yes?
What do you have written on your little card that's in there? Can you show that?
Oh, sure. So on here, and I have a business card in here too. So on here, I have written, I am passionate about 31, our fabulous products, and the amazing opportunity. If you love our bags and jewelry and you're curious about the fun and extra money this ground floor opportunity can bring into your life, let me treat you to coffee. I'd love to share it with you. So for me, this was personal. I spoke from the heart. I told her what I wanted to talk to her about, and I gave some options on some one-on-one time. And so my purpose is in building that relationship and being personal.
Do you have the other card? The other postcard?
I didn't bring that one down. She's talking about the one that I posted, and it says, it's a postcard that I ordered, and it says, worst case scenario, you bought a box of bags for $99, and on the opposite side it says, best case scenario, you changed your life forever. So I don't know if you guys have seen that graphic. I actually send that out when I have leads and news that people want catalogs, so I do send that one out too. So let's talk about the obstacles, because you're going to get objections. And people are going to say things like, oh, I can't because of time, or it costs too much money, or I don't like to stand up and talk, or there's too many consultants in my area, or I don't know enough people. So instead of going into a solution mode, which is what we often do, I recommend that you pause, soften your tone, and slow down your voice. And this is what I've learned from Guru Sherry Husband about recruiting. She says, instead use the feel, felt, found technique when you're given an objection. Feel, felt, found. Here's an example. I know how you feel. I felt, or other people feel the same way. But I found that, and I'll give you an example. So when the objection is, oh, I could never stand up and talk to people. I know how you feel. Standing up in front of people and speaking is something that adults fear. I don't know if this will help, but what I've learned is that they're not really looking at me. They're looking at the bags. So I understand how you feel or felt, and here's a technique. How about I don't have enough time? How many of you get that? I don't have enough time. Yeah. I know. It's really a tough thing today. We're all running around with our kids here and there and everywhere and working in church. I don't know if this will help, but I found that when I plan out my days, I can do parties, and it fits in with my schedule, and then I get some time for me. Instead of saying, oh, yes, you can. You can. You need to take a different approach, slow down, use the feel, felt, found approach to objection. Let's talk again about the hostess. Always, always, always invite your hostess to be your team member. At the end of every party, before you leave, add up your total. Let her know that if this was her party, she would have earned X amount of dollars. You made her party look fun, and you made money. Like ding ding. Match made in heaven. Thank you for talking about pink bag calls, because she's calling my time back there. So we're not going to go back into that, but that's a great way to follow up again. Just because you're creating that opportunity to develop a relationship at the 30-day, the 60-day, the 90-day. Before I close and ask for questions, I do want to share this. Don't be afraid to share the 31 opportunity with your best customers and your best hostesses. I hear this all the time. It is true that you won't have their sales in your PV anymore. Yeah, that is true. However, the overrides that you get over time far outweigh the PV that you're getting from her, because her circle is going to widen to a degree that you would never have been able to touch. And that leads into this slide that really is encompasses all of recruiting, because a party is money for today. A recruit is money for tomorrow, but by building a team, you're creating money for your lifetime. The rule of thumb is you must ask 10 to get 1. You must ask 10 to get 1. So I challenge you all to identify 10 potential recruits on your list of 62 and reach out to 2 a day for the next 5 days. I'm going to take this challenge as well. Because the odds are you're going to get at least 1 out of those 10 that you're going to approach. So it's the rule of 10. You're going to get 1 for every 10. So take the challenge, offer it to 2 people a day for 5 days, and let's see what happens. Very quickly, there is no time like right now to offer this opportunity to those people on your dream team. The people you've identified on your list of 62 that you want on your team for 2 reasons. Number 1, our own National Executive Director, Jen Cornell, is offering a conference call to anyone curious about the opportunity. There's a flyer in your packet. I'm super excited to offer that opportunity to some of the people on my list, because they get to hear her story. They get to hear from the top and her tremendous success and her experience in her 31 journey. Number 2, we have an incentive starting on September 1st that will greatly impact the income of your potential recruits and yourself. So, I cannot share the details. I'm sorry. Sworn to secrecy. I am on September 1st. So, what I can tell you is you need to get your list. They need to recruit September 1st, and really it's anytime during September. And the impact in PV, or the impact in your commission checks and their commission checks, will be significantly increased. So you'll get the scoop on September 1st. Okay, recruiting is the way to go. Sharing the gift of 31 allows other women to benefit in the way that you have. It allows other women to share our sisterhood, to contribute financially to their household. It gives them girl time, and it allows them to create something that they're proud of. And for you, you get to celebrate other women, and you get some extra commission by building your team. So I have one final thought. That I wanted to share. Everybody loves chocolate chip cookies. So I will read this because I know it's small. Imagine that you are having a party and you bake a batch of delicious chocolate chip cookies. They are still warm when the first guest arrives. You offer her a cookie and she says, no thank you. Will you offer a cookie to the next guest, and the next, and the next? Or will you put the cookies away in the kitchen because someone didn't want a cookie? Can you tell by looking who will want a cookie? Even if you know that one of your guests has been on Weight Watchers and has been really careful, you'll still offer her a cookie. Who knows? She may have been saving all her points for that day because she loves your chocolate chip cookies. People are never offended when you offer. However, they may be offended when you don't. So your job is to offer, and their job is to accept or decline your offer. Are there any questions about recruiting? Do you learn anything, any aha moment that you can implement in your business, either in your party or with your follow-up? Michelle.
I'm something that I added for my hostess coaching because I'm not good about recruiting. I always feel like I'm pushing it on someone, like I don't want to feel like I'm trying to make you join my team. So I, on my list, have now the what that's called, the little thing that you give out. It's in my hostess packet.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking now that when I do my when I do my follow-up, just mention it. Hey, I also added, you know, the what 31's all about. If you have any questions or if you'd like to talk more about it, we can do that.
Nice.
And that makes it a little easier for me personally to be able to talk about recruiting because I'm putting it out there before the party, and it's someone who's already interested in 31.
Perfect. Thank you. Debbie.
And kind of at the vendor events, because sometimes they're very obscure contacts, I like giving my full catalogs away. That's just me, because everybody likes the JCPenney catalog and whatnot when you're growing up. But I put the sales flyer, and I always put a recruiting flyer in there because maybe it's not for them, but maybe they look at it and go, oh, Stacy just lost her job. Stacy is at a home mom and needs some extra income for Christmas. Always put it in there, and everything you have, put the recruiting flyer in there. It doesn't cost anything extra in the sense of like if you were to mail it off or anything. Always, 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 because you never know. So when you do your business supply orders, order those single flyers. You don't have to do the booklet, and then if they call you, then you can follow up the booklet. But
And I always send out the booklet. I just personally send out the booklet because it's pretty and it's got like people on, especially this one, the Better Together one. I love it because it's got the two ladies on the front, and for some reason that grabs my attention personally. And when I do mail out, I'll mail out catalogs to the leads, and I have a clear envelope, and I have the catalog facing out on one side, and then on the back side, there's my label, in case the mailman wants some bags. My label is right there, and then that pretty opportunity brochure with the two ladies is facing out too. So both sides hopefully are appealing. That is my
also the lap boards too. You can always throw it in there, and that's your recruiting lead because you can talk about your backwards catalog and the opportunity that's on the back. But also then you have the recruiting flyer, and then you have the order form. So they have to get to the recruiting flyer before they get to the order form, and they always take everything home. So that's another lead into it. Besides the kit, then you talk about the form. These are extra things we earn, and then you move on to the order form. So if there's lots on your order form you want, but you can get it for free, talk to me. So
perfect. Thank you.
another.
Yes.
I remember if it was Jackie's team or your team that a couple months ago they suggested people add potential recruits to see what it was all about.
We did that.
Did we get any?
We did do that. And so you know what? I want to explain something really quickly so that everyone knows where we belong, because sometimes it gets confusing. So all of us are in Jen Cornell's team, and all of us in this room, except for my sweet adoptee, is in Jackie Dawkins' team. And then everyone in this room is on my team. And then the directors that I introduced, some of you are in that team. So if you're not in one of the directors, Gen Zeros, then you're my Gen Zero. And so I don't remember if Jackie's Gens did it. I know that we did it. And I learned about it at the leadership thing. And I'll tell you, it was mentioned by someone, and I was like, I was leery because I've adopted a couple crazies and let them on the team. And so I had to put the brakes on that. So I decided to try it, and we did, and it was a little, we had to go back and delete some people, and I needed my directors to help, hey, delete these people because they've got 2 weeks to check it out. But there are some people that engaged. I know that Barbara was added as, hey, come check us out and see what we do and see what we share. And I think that people who have been in direct sales somewhere else, they don't understand 31. Like, for example, my dear friend Paula, she was very high up in Tupperware. And she said to me one day, oh, can I use that picture? And I said, yeah, you can use anything I have. She was shocked. Because you don't share things in other companies. And we share everything here. So the point of that was to allow that, and I would still allow that as long as it's monitored, because it is a business page and we do share things. And, but I think I got good feedback on it. I don't know if you guys did. Anybody?
Yeah, my recruits like it from being part of it.
From checking it out. Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay. Thank you for letting us talk about recruiting.